I go by the name Leon Snashematewa, and I will be your host today for hashtag Know Your Constitution, proudly brought to you by Junior Court Council in partnership with Zim Daily. So today I'm joined by a wonderful guest, a young person who is quite doing well in terms of advocacy, constitutionalism, and as well issues around gender equality. Passionate, warm welcome to hashtag Know Your Constitution.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. So Passionate, can you kindly give us a brief background about yourself to our viewers today?
Okay, so I go by the name Passionate Fuza, but I would like to be called by my favorite nickname, aka the Woman King.
Okay.
So my advocate's journey started a long time ago, when I was only 15 years old. I joined the junior parliament for Zimbabwe. So I was a junior deputy minister for home affairs. This is when the passion emanated from, when I was working with the young girls, the young students at school, doing advocacy at small scale. This is how it developed from. So currently I've been working with various organizations, partnering with them on different programs. For example, I've worked with We Lead on constitutionalism. I've worked with ICAPA, looking at various issues surrounding elections in Zimbabwe. I've worked with PADE Platform. I've worked with ATUS. I've worked with Forward Zimbabwe on issues of gender equality, political literacy. So it's been a lot around advocacy.
Wow, you have heard it, guys. Today we are joined by a special guest. We have been doing quite well in terms of advocacy. So today, Passionate, today we'll be talking about Section 17, which talks about gender equality or gender balance. What is your understanding in regards to that Section 17 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe?
Okay, thank you. So Section 17 is one of the parts of the Constitution that I've read so much and I've loved. So it mainly talks about gender balance, equal opportunities between women and men in the country regarding different issues surrounding workplaces, government institutions at large.
Okay, thank you so much for that. But maybe if I can ask you a question, Passionate, looking at the prevailing situation in Zimbabwe, can we say we've got gender balance in regards to all spheres of the government of Zimbabwe?
Okay, so that's a very good question. So I want to start to acknowledge the efforts that the government is doing in order to acquire or to attain gender equality in the country. But unfortunately, we haven't reached to a 50-50 gender representation as stipulated by the United Nations Vision 2030. So there are gender gaps and gender pay gaps at workplaces whereby women are earning about 61% of what men is earning at the same job. And also, most women are given the general hand. Most women are given, those jobs that don't pay as much as what the jobs of men do. So gender equality, we haven't yet reached there. But
50-50 stipulated by United Nations.
Exactly. We haven't reached there yet. But there are also efforts that are being done by different institutions, individuals, and the government at large to attain gender equality.
To push for gender equality. But you mentioned something that the government is trying to, to make efforts in regards to, for us to, as a country, to also reach a 50-50 gender balance. But you find out that even in terms of political participation of women, if you look at the recently held elections in Zimbabwe that were held last year, you realize that there were fewer women who participated in terms of the presidential election. So in your own point of view, what could be holding women back from participating in terms of politics? Because it's one of the things that makes them to actually, for us to reach a point whereby we can say we have got 50-50 in terms of gender balance in political spheres. What could be holding women back in terms of that?
Okay, so I would say there are a plethora of reasons that could be hindering women in political participation. Point number one, we look at the fee that was being required for one to register under the presidential candidacy. It was $20,000. And we know it's a lot of money indeed. And you know that when the economy is down or shaking, women is the largest demographic of people that are being affected at large economically. Because as it stands in this patriarchal society, no matter how the economy is bad or good, men are always at the upper hand. So you tend to say, where would an average woman get 20,000 US dollars to compete for a certain post?
Yeah.
Point number one. Point number two, we look at the political culture, the environment itself. It's very violent, and women carrying the feminine energy don't have the masculine power to say when violence arises at a rally or in the communities at large, are they able to stand? So women are intimidated. It takes very few women who are very dedicated and strong enough to overcome all those challenges to say, okay, I am going to stand no matter what the reason is going to be. So there are a lot of reasons surrounding that.
Okay, well, thank you so much, viewers. You have heard it. So I understand that perhaps there might be also other girls, any young women out there who would also want to push for gender equality, but maybe some of the things that girl will be holding them back is some of the points that you highlighted, especially in terms of political participation, the issue of money, and all the reasons that you have highlighted. But what are some of the things that women can do in terms of them being also recognized, be it at national level, be it at a workplace, and also maybe in terms of advocacy in regards to the issue of gender balance? What can they do?
Okay, that's a very interesting question.
Okay.
So I would like to say that my point number one would be like, it starts with women as a collective, unity. So it takes two to tango. So the society of women is a very bit complicated, whereby there is a women bring down syndrome amongst women themselves.
That's why I think that's why they say women are enemies of women.
Yes, exactly. We are enemies of ourselves. So it starts with nurturing a culture of unity, nurturing a culture of womanhood, to say if another woman rise at one, let's all support her. So that we are able to get away with that, that thing yekuti varume vanongovhoterana vega kana kuti vanosapana vachipinda, because it's very funny, whereby the largest population in Zimbabwe, we are women. But why is it men are winning at a larger percentage most of the times, yet we are the largest number of people that vote? It means it's all on us. So number one, we need to develop a culture of womanism, of supporting each other. Number two, it takes someone with passion, someone with vision, someone with enthusiasm and determination of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. If you say, yes, I am a woman, I want to stand for what is right, I want to stand for the people and put people at the center to make my policies anenda kumberi. If you are saying that there is gender inequality, women should stand to say, okay, I am here advocating for gender equality. So it starts there. We need young women who are saying that we are not second-class citizens in this country. We are equally citizen. Gender equality is not a mindset, it's a right. So if you say a woman is standing, a young woman is standing, let's all support here, let's all support that. So it needs someone who understands that what is it that you want to do. If you want to do it, do it. Of course, challenges are there in the political space between both the males and the females. You see people, they were being recalls from the oppositions, a lot of stuff surrounding all that. Everyone was facing challenges. So sometimes we need to be also bold as women. Being a woman is not a weakness. So what are you doing as an individual, as a lady, to say, okay, I want to stand? Once you stand, people will support you.
Wow, well, you heard it, guys, from passionate an advocate in terms of gender equality. And one of the takeaways that she mentioned is gender equality, it's not the mindset, it's also the right. It is your right to be also, for women to be also involved in all spheres of government, in all spheres of the workplace, in all spheres in terms of that requires leadership in our country. So maybe any few last words to young women that are out there and young people in terms of the issue of gender equality.
Okay, so from my own point of view, I would say it's either day one or one day.
Okay.
Don't allow anyone, don't allow the society, the patriarchal society or the socialization to tell you what a woman can do or what a woman cannot do. As a young woman, you can do it. Michelle Obama did it. Mama Madikizela did it. A lot of women are doing it. So being a woman doesn't mean you're weak. Embrace your feminine nature and work on what you're good at. As long as you're determined to it, You can be an inspiration to other women out there who are hiding in their own hibernation, saying that it is impossible. So stand up for the next women and let's hold hands together. Together in unison, we can stand and we can achieve.
Thank you so much, Passionate, for this amazing episode of #Know Your Constitution. And I think to our viewers, you have heard it. Being a woman, it's not a weakness. You can do it. If men can do it, you can also do it. But it all begins with you taking that bold step of being involved in the issues of advocacy. If there's a leadership role that requires you to participate, go for it. I think one of the takeaways from this conversation is, as women, you need to just take that leap of faith and take that bold step. With that, we say thank you so much for taking time to watch us. Up until we see you next time. Thank you.